Hello and welcome to edumate.tv. I'm CHETAN Sharma. We learn to live and live to learn in what has turned out to be an unprecedented situation, unprecedented pandemic, with history being written across the geography of Mother Earth. And a minor virus has created a major catastrophe, making us all rewind, reboot, rethink, reformat before we rebuild a new normal, a new world. In the field of education, this world will be new, will be led by solutions, will be led by overcoming of challenges. But for that, you need one trait which is critical at the helm of higher education. And that trait is a wisdom. Wisdom which has been gathered from the past knowledge, past experience, but more importantly, wisdom to be able to anticipate and embrace and evolve into a new future. And that's why we have what we call, in the world of higher education, the WISE Chancellor. And today we have a very special and wise Chancellor with us from SHARDA University. We have Mr. SIBARAM. KHARA. Thank you, sir, for joining us. Such a pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Right, sir, talk us through this very intriguing and exceptional journey of SHARDA University. You've attained so much in such little time. Why and how?
I joined SHARDA University in the month of May 2019. And coming over here, a lot of academic transformational approaches were adopted, and very specific to the teaching learning. The quality teaching learning measures we took, and first we initiated the outcome-based educations, the philosophy and the concepts and the process and the implementation plan, and then educating the faculty members. And then we took up the content delivery, methods of instructions, how pedagogy can be very impactfully embedded in the teaching learning process. And then we also implemented the monitoring, the quality monitoring system through your iCloud, a special software were procured, so that right from the timetable, teaching lesson plan, then your assignments, material, quality check, assessments, marks analysis, corrective action, slow first learners management, mentoring, online mentoring systems, and then impact analysis. And through this, we actually ensure the teaching learning, quality teaching learning, and also the teaching learning was adopted in line with the outcome-based educations.
You've done so much in such little time, it almost seems that you had anticipated a corona coming. But tell us, what was the most difficult part of these challenges and how did you overcome it?
When COVID-19 happened, it was in the mid of the March. So in the first week of March, actually we completed our midterm examinations. Almost more than 50-60% syllabus was covered. But after just declarations of the midterm result, we were about to start with the third module of the syllabus. And but suddenly the lockdown happened, and then students were moving from campus to their home. We had to continue the online teaching learning activities. So most difficult part was very beginning to identify a very useful tools for conducting online teaching learning and then engaging the students. And we faced a lot of problems also in terms of the devices and bandwidth, of course, from the student side. But here, very innovatively, we planned that we'll go ahead with the timetable, whatever is prepared, and students were advised to attend the classes online and come to the class virtually, attend the classes as per their timetable. So faculty members were advised, and we have a very strong monitoring mechanism which we developed. So at the end of the day, by 8 p.m. every day, we used to analyze the participations of the students, then materials uploaded. So our Community Connect program, which is very unique in SHARDA University, that in every semester, at least 6,000 students will visit community. We arrange all facilities so that we make students or graduates who are really will be capable of showing concerns towards the society and community. And when they become leaders, they will really think that societal views and then take the appropriate action. So all those societies or community the students visited, so they made a online survey and impacts in that aspects how these things are hampering. And then we had a virtual laboratory systems. Of course, few laboratory where really strictly hardware is required, we converted into video-based and then simulation-based experiments. And projects also, except hardware-based projects, all the projects were converted to survey-based, case study-based, simulation-based, analytical-based, model-based. All these modes where sitting in the students at home, they can continue and they can learn as well. And we revised our evaluation process, but we did it very efficiently and we calculated the outcome also. So finally, we have declared all the results and we did all the things.
I've heard the word outcome, which is very close to your heart, obviously, not just in terms of education, but importantly, it's in what you do yourself. And I guess that's the trait of a great leader. It's not just what you say, you actually live what you say. And it's quite commendable, actually. You know, you've taken holistic education to a different level.
We have adopted 5 villages, but here we made a special team in the university, and during this COVID also, the team used to visit that villages, nearby villages, 5 villages, and we have given them enormous support, educating them, creating awareness, and we studied the impact of the COVID-19 in their day-to-day life, and we prepared a 60 pages report of all those 5 villages, and we have submitted to UGC and government. Our chancellor is very visionary person. His philosophy is really wonderful, and this is the 3rd year we are implementing Community Connect. That really this will be helpful in making the self-reliant India, because unless students knows the problems of the rural and the common people, the products, demands, and then its markets, its futures and trends. So students can become anything, either a solution provider, or it can be entrepreneur, or it can be an analyst, or even a project developer.
That is exactly what I was going to say, that you've been an institution which represents the philosophy and the thinking of the Prime Minister when he says that we require self-reliant India. That's exactly what I was going to say. And thank you for saying that for me. And I admire, just the vision of SHARDA University. I'd like you to lay down the vision of SHARDA University.
We have to create the knowledge, and the knowledge will be value-based knowledge. So in SHARDA University, since it's a multidisciplinary university, we have medicines, dental, nursing, allied health science, law, business, engineering, architecture, media, and education. Almost every programs are there. So value-based educations, and your knowledge, your wisdom and ethics to be embedded in your curriculum knowledge, so that the people should take the right understanding and right decision for the welfare of the society. That is the motto of our university.
Incredible how you're looking beyond books and looking at a nation. Because you're looking at character building, and when you do character building of your students, then you do character building of your nation. It's really very inspiring. When you talk about the nation, even this nation, like all of us, are going through this crisis. It's a new crisis. It's unprecedented. And whenever you're hit with something new, obviously there will be debate, there'll be discussions, there will be unprecedented in the way you've got to behave and act. In a scenario like that, we've seen a lot of decisions coming out from the government, from the Supreme Court, and a lot of opposition from parents, from society, from teachers, whether it was scrapping of exams, whether it was restarting the institutions, whether it's payment of fee, whether it's reduction in terms of course curriculum. Is there anything that special you'd like to opine on?
First of all, is one thing is that the teaching, learning and curriculum is to go ahead, uninterrupted and seamlessly. So that's why a lot of guidelines are coming, but guidelines are always advisory in nature rather than the regulations. You see, at this point for government as well as university, is very difficult to regulate anything or to make a fixed decisions. We have COVID cell, and we also have revised a lot of decisions because the situations is changing day by day. So always confusions are there, and it is very obvious because the situation is such that no unique solutions can satisfy to the teachers community as well as to the students.
Some stage, Dr. KHARA, you have to get over with the confusion. Cannot help anybody.
No.
Confusion is conflicting. There has to be some decision taken, and everybody has to respect it and move ahead with it. That's the way forward. Good, bad or ugly, there are bound to be ramifications of any decision.
we have, the university have taken decisions, and we have conducted examination for final year. Other year students we have evaluated. We have given proper notice. So for our university, in academic related, no such conflict is there, and we have completed it successfully. Our results are published also.
A trait of your wonderful leadership, and that is efficiency and being clear and forthright. So I commend you for that as well. Thank you for bringing that up. Now, you mentioned the word online. You also mentioned the word community connect. From that, what I infer is a large portion of your student base would also be from rural India, I presume. If that be the case, single most sinister threat which could divide this country is the digital divide. How concerning is that for you?
From the practical experience, we have students from Nepal, we have students from Bihar, many interior parts, and in India as well. We have students from Kashmir and many other parts of the India. During the online classes itself, we have seen that there is a digital divisions, where bandwidth is the most important, this dividing factors here, and then your devices. Mostly we have seen that students are participating in the events through their smartphones. So all the students cannot have the laptops. And then if you have to do certain kind of solutions, assignments, and then participate in proper manner in your laptop also for examination, for online test, quizzes, and then bandwidth. So there is a division. I think these things should be patched up and solution is to be provided. And I think government is taking initiative. Unless we give the connectivity to all the education seekers, or specifically in the rural area, and then here actually by opening only the regulations that yes, on distance learning facility is there, but connectivity is not there, then probably we are not reaching with the educations to the people. But we are making no forum open for the students to participate.
Well, I've observed a lot of traits of leadership, and one of them, of course, is how you've thought through the entire process. All traits of a great leader, and of course also not just of anticipation, of efficient implementation. So that makes me a little more intrigued about Dr. Khare. What is the unique proposition of Dr. Khare? Talk us through Dr. SIBARAM Khare's career so far and inspire us.
Oh yeah. See, initially I was in industry, and then I joined in academics last 20 years. In my academic career, I work passionately. Okay, work is my passion. I love to work. So there is a difference. And in education, always I think that instead of taking the usual things as usual, that is always there, what next of the innovative way can be done. So always in along with the systems, I think ahead that what innovations can be done in the system. And then once you think that, a leader has to be very hardworking as well. So by doing this, my research as well as my administrative career is good. And before this, I have been in VIT University, Vellore, where I have really done good there. And then I moved to Galgotias University. Right. And from the beginning itself, I was pro-vice chancellor there. And that is the university where actually from the scratch pad, I developed everything, all academic best practices, and then I was the very front liners in implementing the outcome-based educations. Galgotia University is the first university, and then we are involved in NVA also. And then coming over here is a good university, multidisciplinary university, wonderful infrastructures, and there is always scope of improvement everywhere. So with this leadership, we are thinking that we have to improve quality research and come forward, and we have to prove ourselves, and let us see. Certainly we'll transform.
Wonderful. And that's again a very typical trait of a great leader: the quest for learning, the quest for improvement, and just the understanding the limitations of complacency. I think that's quite beautifully put. Now, when you talk about looking ahead, Dr. Khare, the ahead seems very uncertain, and the uncertainty has been thrown across the entire ecosphere of education. That's the parent, the student, the teacher, and even your fellow vice chancellors? What would be your advice to each of these?
Students are the main stakeholders of any of the education system. To have the stakeholders in the university, the university or any educational institute have the vision that how you can make a preferred destination for the admission seekers or for the students. Any university have to, we need to prove ourselves the quality and then educations as well as placements and research and other things, so that you prove with the quality, so that somebody will prefer, yes, I will take admission there. So that means any university organization need to have this very authentic and honest quality initiative, because you have to sustain whatever you achieve. So that is one message for the education institutions. And for students, it is for the parents and students to decide which streams they will study. So university, they have to choose multidisciplinary, an opportunity where even engineer can take engineering law, or even business can take some medical management, because now liberal educations and multidisciplinary approach is very important to give any solutions to the society. And for parents also, wherever educations, of course, the capability of the parents matter, how much they can afford. But yes, better education is always required. They have to see few things also before they take admissions. So all these infrastructure, facilities, laboratory, faculty strength, and then your facilities, research facilities, project facilities, multidisciplinary scopes, and many other aspects. Whether it is there, and then better education and better scope is there, you take the decision for admission of your words.
Thank you for being an incredible guide, and for opening up the minds, and for infusing a sense of lateral thinking. Your pearls of wisdom in terms of your advice truly make you the wise chancellor.
You are doing a wonderful job and contributions to the society by bringing the experts. So you are presenting through the mouth of all these visionary people useful informations, thereby contributing to the society, specifically in the fraternity of education. Is a great job, and it is one kind of great service to the society, specifically in the education sector. I admire this.